Keeps control for Thompson. Pass receiving's wide open underneath in the basket. Great pass.
Backs down, now kicks out up top to the left side. Caden Dahl. Dahl hesitates, then takes the three and knocks it home good. Dahl to get the turn. Carr trying to keep those legs underneath. Then Cassette gets him down, and there's the pin.
Rebounded by Kendra Severson. Severson, here comes Bevins back the other way. Bevins, little contact, roll it in, good for Elena Bevins, and we're tied.
Through and Zeller with an excuse me bump, and here goes Semp for takeoff.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
All right, welcome everybody here live from Lisbon High School Gymnasium. Division A boys basketball on schedule tonight. The 2-7 Region 1 Lisbon Broncos take on the 3-3 Northern Cass Jaguars in North Dakota Division A boys basketball. The Broncos coming off their most recent game with a loss to Hillsborough Central Valley. That was on the 15th of February by a score of 44-62. And Northern Cass defeated Barnes County North on the 13th of February by a score of 65-51. So Northern Cass coming in off a win. Most recent win was against Barnes County. And that's your matchup tonight here on yourliveevent.com. This is your pregame show. I'm sports announcer guy Brent Dick, along with our camera girl tonight, Kira Mouse. And we'll have the call tonight from the Lisbon High School Gymnasium out of Lisbon, North Dakota. We'll step away, take a word from our sponsors, come back, get into our matchup tonight, kind of recap the seasons for both teams, get into region standings, and then our starting lineups just moments away on yourliveevent.com.
Plan at Enbridge.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullis & Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullis & Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullis & Olson Agency.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
Hey, welcome back, folks, to yourliveevent.com. Division A boys basketball here out of Region 1. Lisbon Broncos versus the Northern Cass Jaguars. Broncos opened up their season on the 9th of December with a win against Maple River, 52-42, and then defeated Enderlin in the GOAT game, 65-23. They picked up another win on the 2nd of January over Valley City, 66-64. And a fourth win of the season against Sargent County. That was then state-ranked Sargent County on the B side on the 5th of January, 65-62. And then another win on the 8th of January, 76-64 over the Richland Colts. Picked up win number 6 against Lemoore Litchville Marion, 59-53. Win number 7 against the Carrington Cardinals, 60-38. And then win number 8 against the Central Cass Squirrels. That was here in Lisbon, part of their 4-game homestand to close out the season. That was by a score of 60-58. Things got interesting at the end, but the Broncos pull it out off a Lincoln Adair rebound and layup on the 13th of February for the Broncos. The Broncos' latest game on the 15th of February against Hillsborough Central Valley. They dropped that one 44-62. They close out the season on the 26th of February versus Oak Grove. So another interesting Region 1 matchup here with Northern Cass, and then also against Oak Grove to close out the season for the Broncos. Northern Cass opened up their season on the 12th of December with the loss to Grafton. Grafton, the number 2 team in the state, so in and out of the rank, or in and out of the top 5 there for Grafton, kind of jockeying up and down in position just depending on what week it is. But they took on the Grafton Spoilers. They lost that opening game 49-74, then rattled off 3 wins in a row on the 16th, 18th, and the 21st of December. Came back on the 28th of December and lost to Stanley. Stanley now receiving votes in the latest boys basketball poll. That was by a score of 54-63. Picked up a win over Nedros on the 29th of December, 61-42. Then had a big winning streak after that as they defeated Oak Grove 64-58. Drayton 77-48. Hatton Northwood 77-40, 66-56 over Midway. Minto defeated Richland 57-50. Defeated the Broncos on the 19th of January in that region matchup, 67-65. That was up in Northern Cass. Defeated Mayport CG 72-48 in Carrington on the 26th of January, 64-44. On the 2nd of February, they picked up another win against Oak Grove, 68-44. And the 13th of February, with that, Barnes County won 65-51. And that counts for the 14-5 record for the Northern Cass Jaguars. Their Jaguars are 3-3 in Region 1A. And look at your region standings. Number 1 team in the state, the Kindred Vikings, stood on top of the region with an 8-0 record. They're 19-0 overall. Followed closely here was Wapton and Valley City. Wapton with a 7-3 record, 13-6 overall. Valley City 6-4 in the region, 10-8 overall. Northern Cass, number 4 team in the region, 3-3, 14-5. Central Cass, number 5 team at 3-5, 8-11. Oak Grove, number 6, 2-7, 3-13 overall. And Lisbon rounds out the region standings at 1-9 in the region, trying to pick up. Or should say they're 2-9 in the region. Got to put that win up there for the Broncos. 2-7 in the region, so got to fix that score. Broncos are 2-7 in the region and 8-11 overall for Lisbon. Lisbon 2-7 in the region, 8-11 overall. Down there with Oak Grove. Region 1 tournament for the boys on the 4th and 9th of March. We just finished up the girls Division A Region 1 tournament, and that was won by the Northern Cass Jaguars. Northern Cass defeated Valley City in that contest, 47-36. That was Division A 1 girls basketball. They're still have those playing games to come up in Division 1A girls basketball. Valley City will play the winner of region, or the third place team out of Region 2, and Kindred takes on the runners up out of Region 2. That's Division A girls basketball. And your North Dakota Class A Division A boys basketball poll. Kindred sits on top with a 19-0 record, followed by Grafton at 15-3. 4 wins Minnewaca, number 3, 14-4. Devils Lake, number 4, 17-2. And Beulah, 16-3. That's our top 5 in Division A boys basketball. Other teams receiving votes are Stanley at 15-4 and Deslax Burlington at 17-3. Other games around the area and in Division A, we have Oak Grove taking on number 3, 4 wins Minnewaca, and the Central Cass Squirrels have the honor of taking on the number 1 Kindred Vikings in area Division A 1A games this evening. Also, District Class B boys tournaments underway. Regions 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7 have games tonight. In Region 2 finish for the girls. On the girls' side, Region 2 has their championship games in the third place game tonight, and that will decide the opponents for Valley City for the girls' side and Kindred. And your region champs are the Northern Cass Jaguar for Region 1A girls. So we'll step away, just moments away here from our national anthem on yourliveevent.com. So we'll step away, take a word from our sponsors, come back for our starting lineups.
Loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com. As we jump into tax season, let's approach.
Hey, we're back here at liveevent.com from Lisbon High School Gymnasium, Division 1A boys basketball. Broncos 8-11 overall, 2-7 in the region. Northern Cass 14-5 overall, 3-3 in Region 1A. That's your matchup tonight on yourliveevent.com. Your starting lineups for the Northern Cass Jaguars, starting at guard is 6'1" senior number 3 Landon Mosier. Another guard, 6'3" junior number 4 Trey Huzar. Forward 6'1" senior number 12 Caleb Enger. Forward 6'3" junior number 33 Keelan Monson. And center 5'9" senior number 55 Jacob Ryder. Your Northern Cass Jaguars are coached by Bryce Laxdal and assisted by Chad Whitner and Nate Myers. And your home team, the Lisbon Broncos, on the scoreboard tonight. Starting at guard is 5'9" senior number 2 Jaden Bittner. Guard 6'1" junior number 3 Lincoln Adair. Guard 5'8" sophomore number 20 Cameron Cordero. Forward 6'2" sophomore number 24 Jordan Bittner. And forward 6' sophomore number 22 Elliot Welter. Or excuse me, junior Elliot Welter. Welter getting the start tonight for the Broncos. Broncos are coached by Jason Coonsey and assisted by Brad Bittner and Justin Ranke. Oh, transitioning now our starting lineups into our first quarter. Take a look at that schedule as the teams close us out this game tonight. Could be a pivotal game here between the Northern Cass Jaguars and the Broncos. Broncos have a chance to move up into the standings as far as the seeding goes for the region tournament, as the Jaguars still have to take on Central Cass in their second region contest. Broncos defeated Central Cass 60-58 last time around. Central Cass and the Broncos matched up earlier in the season and were defeated by Central Cass. Northern Cass defeated the Broncos on the 19th of January, 65-57. So here's the tip-off, goes to the Jaguars, and they're moving down court. That was Moser. Moser, back to Moser. Little jump, fadeaway jumper is good for 2 points for Moser. Moser with the first 2 points of the game. Here's Bittner. Jaden Bittner drove through the lane on the right side. That's a rebound by the Jaguars. That shot put up by Bittner was no good. Shot from 3, off the mark. Rebound by the Jaguars. Goes to Monson. Back to Moser. Moser works back around the top to the left side, far corner. Little give and go back to Moser. Now top of the key. That's by Ryder. 3-point shot, rebound by Adair. So Husar with the foul. Trey Husar, number 4. First team foul of the quarter, first team foul, or first personal foul for Husar. Bittner brings it down. Here's Cordero. Cordero drives the lane, and he's turned back. Jaden Bittner tried to feed it into Welter. Just missed Welter. Cutting back to the right, or cutting back to the left side. That's another jump shot from Moser. No good. Cordero. Cordero's going to drive center lane. Kicks it out to Adair. Adair goes left-hand side, left-hand layup, and good for 2. Adair for 2 for the Broncos. I'll make sure I put the score up on the right side here. I think I had it wrong there. So Adair with 2 points for Lisbon. Kicks it back out to Ryder. A little trap set up there for Ryder. Behind the three-point. Now give to Moser. Moser's going to go baseline. If it goes to the floor, I think they're going to whistle. Cordero with the foul. That looked like Moser just lost his footing, but they're going to give the foul to Cordero. So first team foul on Cordero, or first team foul on the Broncos. First personal on Cordero. Works it back. That's back over to Ryder. Ryder in the far corner. That pass intended for Anger. Goes over his fingertips. Broncos ball in the turnover. Still tied up at 2 apiece. 5:36 in the first quarter. Bittner kicks it out. Cordero, right-hand side. And Cordero brings it top of the key over to Jaden Bittner. A big turnover. Pass that right into the hands of Monson. Monson with the layup. Misses it. Broncos on the transition. Gives it to Jordan Bittner. Cordero off the leg of the Jaguars. Cordero tried to go left-hand side. Little cross dribble. Lost it. Fortunately, bounced off the leg of a Jaguar defender underneath the Bronco basket. Broncos in the white unis with the red pinstripe down the side. Cordero is going to drive in, goes right side. Tried to dish it to Adair. Yeah, out of bounds turnover by the Broncos. Here's Northern Cass. Kicks it back out to Moser. Moser pulls it down, going to drive the lane. Back out to Hussar. Hussar to Munson. Now inside the lane, puts it up. That's partially blocked by Welter. And out of bounds. The Jaguars retain possession. Here's Moser. Moser gets it out to Munson. That's for three for Moser. That's off, no good. And we had a whistle, so it looks like a foul over the back. Oh, give him a forearm shove. So second team foul on the Jaguars. He said Hussar. Here's Bittner, goes left side. Now dish it out Cordero. Cordero's going to dribble in, turn around, off the glass. Bounces out, no good. And Jaguars down court. Works inside, little layup off the left-hand side and good for two. So Munson with two. 4-2's their score, 3:50. Low scoring first quarter this far in the game. Adair's going to drive right side. Little shoving off the glass, rolls around to good for two for Adair. Adair gave the little forearm shove driving through the lane. Created just enough space, got that shot up and off the glass for 2 points. Moser, pass cross court for three. That bounces out, no good. On the mark, just a little bit too hard. So that was a off the bench. Lincoln went left side. That off the glass, no good, just a little bit too hard. Still tied up at 4 apiece, 3:12 in the first quarter. Kicks it back out to Hussar. Here's Moser. Moser pulls up. That was from two, no good. Cordero rebounder, still tied at 4. 2:56 in the first quarter. Cordero's going to go left side, works on Moser. That's from three from Bittner, no good, a little bit too long. Moser from three and drains it. So Moser with 5 points in the game in the first quarter. 2:30 on the clock. Cordero trying to set up the defense, talking to Bittner. Spins around, left-hand side, off the glass and good, and he gets the bucket and the free throw coming up. 3-point play opportunity for Cordero.
Number 3, Landon Moser, his first personal 13 foul. Count the basket by Cordero, he'll be shooting
Shot up and good for Cordero. Converts for the three-point play, ties it back up. Opportunity for Cordero comes in clutch for the Broncos, tied back up at 7. 2:23 on the clock in the first quarter. So far, back and forth battle. Cuts it out, Munson. Munson's going to work on Easton Bergman off the glass and good for Munson. Munson with 4 points in the game. All the mismatch he was looking for. Went up against Bergman off the glass on the right-hand side and good for 2. Here's Bittner to Adair. Adair's going to pull it down, kicks it back out to Jaden Bittner, goes left-hand side, off the glass, up and good for 2. Little scoop layup. Ties back up at 9. And we have a turnover by the Jaguars. Just a little mental error on that inbounds. Welter back in the game. Well, Jaden Bittner comes out. Looks for the water bottle there on the Bronco bench. To Welter. Here's Jordan Bittner. Back to Cordero, the sophomore. Yeah, loses the dribble, gets it back. Now back to Welter. Left side to Adair. To Cordero from 3. And good for 3 for Cam Cordero. Broncos with the 3-point lead, up 12-9. 3 for Cordero. 6 in the first quarter. Leading scorer in the game. That Broncos left the back door open momentarily here to Moser. It was Hustar going baseline. The Broncos collapsed on that just in time. Hustar goes back in, off the glass and good for 2. So Hustar with his first 2 points. That's a pull-up jump shot. Good for 2 from Bittner. Jordan Bittner's first 2 points. Broncos back up by 3. 46 seconds remaining first quarter. That's from 3 from Moser. Off, no good. Rebound, Jaguars. And foul underneath by Bergman. The pass was intercepted there. Now Bergman and Gilbert going in the game. Easton Bergman comes out. So Bergman with the foul goes to the bench. Gilbert in the game. That's Moser from 3. Lets it fly. Rolls around and good for 3. The Broncos left him too much space out there on the right side. Moser converts. Tied up. Down to 28 seconds. Shot clock and the game clock are about half a second apart. Here's Cordero, is going to go left side. Dribbles in, left side, looking for help. Gets it from Jordan Bittner. Bittner back to top of the key. Into Gilbert now, 13 seconds. Broncos pull up, 3-point from Cordero. Rebound, Welter, and taken away by the Jaguars, down to 5 seconds. Here's Husar. To Moser from 3, that bounces around, no good. Time expires in the first quarter. We're tied up at 14 after 1. Inside the Lisbon Broncos gymnasium. Tied up at 14. Your leading scorer in the game, Cam Cordero, was 6 in the game. And that'll do it for the end of 1. We'll step away, take a word from our sponsors. Come back for that second quarter of play on yourliveevent.com.
As your favorite sports teams. Olson Accounting dribbles through piles of paperwork and pins down deductions like a pro. They aim to come out on top and stick a refund. Tax season is about strategy and teamwork. Olson Accounting trains to be the best in class. Let Olson Accounting set up your tax plan and eliminate any problems by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Hey, welcome back to yourliveevent.com. Tied up at 14 going into the second quarter. Just to update you, leading scorer right now is Landon Moser. So Moser in the game with 8 points. Had to add that 3-point by Moser. Broncos ball to Cordero from 3, lets it fly, and good for 3, and another one for Cordero. So Cordero on the mark at the end of this first quarter, going into the second. That basket no good. Foul before the shot. That was Jacob Ryder. So it goes against Cordero. Cordero with the second foul has to watch it for the Broncos. Bergman back in. Cordero takes a seat. Gilbert back on the floor. Here's Monson. Monson kicks it back out. Moser is going to go right side. Pulls up. 2 for Moser. Jaden Bittner gets it to Jordan. Jordan, top of the key, is going to go left side. Pulls it down. On the floor is Bittner. Jaden Bittner. Adair from 2. Lets the rainbow pop fly. That's no good. Hussar. Back to Munson. Munson's working there. Back to Hussar. He's defended by Bittner. Little give and go. Kicks it back out. It's for Ryder from 3. Off no good. Ryder goes to the floor, but the shot falls. So Ryder with the 3-point bucket. Went to the floor afterwards. Northern Cass with the lead. 2-point. Bittner goes up off the right side. No good. Rebound and a foul. Underneath. Going against Lincoln Adair. So second team foul of the quarter for the Broncos. Second quarter. 6:34 on the clock. Broncos down by 2. Here to the 14-5 Northern Cass Jaguars. 3-3 overall in the region. Broncos 8-11 overall. 2-7 in the region. That's Hussar. Hussar with the travel. Drug that foot. The officials on that tonight. Bittner brings it down court. Has Jordan Bittner on the far side. Gives it to Welter. Welter swings back into Adair left side. Adair's going to go to the paint. Pulls it back down to Jordan Bittner. A little bit wide on the throw. Little screen by Gilbert. 2 pull-up jumper for Bittner. Good. Jordan Bittner ties it up at 19. He has 4 in the game. Cordero with 13 now in the game. Moser with 10. That's an air ball. Picked up by Gilbert. Broncos tied up at 19, 5:35. Gilbert with the travel. A little late whistle on the travel, but called on Gilbert. Turnover by the Broncos. Tied up at 19 apiece. Get this quarter straight. And we are in the second quarter. That's working inside. Hussar blocked by Gilbert with the save. Kicks it back out. Jaguar ball. There's Moser. Back to Ryder. To Moser in the near corner. Working on the right side. Now Ryder goes back far corner. Defended by Welter. And driving the lane in. We do have a foul. Going against Jaden Bittner. Officials calling fouls tonight. That's 3 personal fouls on the Broncos in the second quarter. Tied up at 19. Little screen set up. That shot from 3 and good. Drains it. So Hudson. Ison with the 3-pointer. Nailed that. Puts the Jaguars up. That's from Bittner from 3 and good. Jaden Bittner. He's on the board. Ties it up. 22 apiece in the second quarter. Ison's going to go in and so Munson called with the foul away from the ball. So 1 team foul for the Jaguars. 4:25 on the clock, second quarter. Goes to Bittner. Bittner has Welter into Adair, a little bullet. Pass now to Gilbert. Jump shot up over, no good, bounces out. Jaguar ball, rebound. That was by Munson. Here's Moser, drives right side off the glass and count it for Moser. Moser goes to the line. Tied up at 14 at the end of the first quarter. Moser has a chance to increase that lead. That's the largest lead of the game for either team, is 3-point. Now sitting at 2 for the Jaguars after the missed free throw by Moser. Here's Bittner. Right side goes left off the glass. Little, call it his hook shot layup. So that's going against Moser. Moser with 2. Bittner's first shot rolls off, no good. Bittner with 3 points in the game. Second shot in for Bittner. 1 for 2 from the line. Cam Cordero, 1 of 1. Landon Moser, 0 of 1. 0 for 1. The Broncos with the defense. Kicks it out to Ison. Ison's going to drive in and off, and a charge called. And no charge. That's going against Bittner. Bittner with his 3rd personal, 15 foul on the Broncos. Players not getting much, away with much in the game tonight. 15 foul on the Broncos. Have them whistled for 9 in the game so far. That rolls around and good. And Jaguars quickly down court. Broncos back down by 2. That's from 3 off the mark, rolls around, rebound by Gilbert, kicks it out to Adair. Adair's going right side, looks for help from Gilbert. Gilbert right side, going to spin move inside the lane, picks it up and good for 2 for Gilbert. Gilbert ties it back up. Gilbert with 2 points in the game. Here's Moser. And a little fadeaway jumper from Moser for good for 2. Moser lighting up the scoreboard for the Jaguars. In the first half of play, 2:35 on the clock. Here's Bergman. Back around Bittner's going to go left-hand side. Pulls up, jump shot, lets it fly, no good. Rebound, Jaguars. That's back to Munson, and a timeout called on the floor. And we're at the 2:24 mark of the second quarter. Jaguars lead by 2 on yourliveevent.com. We'll step away, take a word from our sponsors, and then close out the second quarter.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Manage what you can to overcome what you cannot. Farming is all about preparing your operation to be successful when given an opportunity. Invest a few minutes and bring in your seed meters to be reconditioned and calibrated. We have some room, so give us a call and we can help you overcome those simple obstacles. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Hey, back to game time inside Lisbon High School Gymnasium. Northern Cass Jaguars and the Lisbon Broncos, 27-25 in favor of the Jaguars. Biggest lead of the game for either team has been 3 points. Back and forth battle on the Broncos' home court. That's Enger. Enger's going to go baseline, kicks it out. Here's the Mosier from 3. That's off the mark. No good. Rebound by Jordan Bittner. 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Bittner brings it down. That's Bergman. Bergman to Welter, left side. Swings back around to Adair to the top of the key. He's going to drive right side. Kicks it out to Bittner. Bittner goes left. Pivots back around to Adair. To Bittner. He's freed up, but for 3, no good. Rebound. Ball's loose. Pulled down by the Jaguars. Looked like Iceland with the rebound. Jaguars slowing the tempo down. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 1:25 on the game clock. Jaguars, Enger kicks it out to Ison's going to drive right side. Gilbert gets a hand on it, but he's whistled for the foul. Reaches in. Shot's not good. Seitzel goes to the line. And the first one's good. Cordero back in the game. And Cordero has 2 personals. Jaden Bittner with 3 in the first half for the Broncos. Second shot also good for Eitzel. Largest lead of the game for either team, 4 points. And Broncos down to minute remaining first quarter. Adair's going to go right side, moves in, puts up the shot, rolls around and good for 2. Well, that was before the shot, so shot didn't count. Adair, first shot, good. Minute 1 on the clock, first quarter. Second shot by Adair. Also good. Oh, 2-point lead for the Jaguars. Under a minute remaining second quarter. Tied up at 14 after the end of the first. Pulled up jump shot, rolls around. So Enger with his first 2 points of the game. Puts the lead back up by 4. Left side by Bittner. No good. Rebound. And Gilbert puts it back up. Offensive rebound in the bucket. Down to 30 seconds now. Game clock, shot clock about a second and a half apart. As the Broncos, when the guy's standing with the ball, I would have went up and challenged him right away. Doesn't matter if the coach, there's Adair with the steal. Picks it up, is going to go left-hand side, off the glass, and good for 2 for Adair. Adair with the heads-up play. Jaguars quickly down court. Second on the shot on the clock, and that's no good. We're going to go into halftime. Tied up at 31 inside the Bronco Gymnasium. Adair with the steal and the layup on the left-hand side ties the game up. And we will step away, come back for your halftime show. It'll be Bank North scoreboard. We're tied up at 31 apiece at halftime.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
I'm Tylee Johnson. I'm confident in the arena. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help you make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Lily Bell. I'm confident on the court, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family owned and operated since 1935, located in Oaks, North Dakota. They sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Plus, in their new garden center, you'll be sure to find grilling and canning supplies. And you'll have to stop by and check out their new Ariette, Cinch, and Crew Girl clothing selection. At Emery Vistos Implement, anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or give them a call at 701-742-2167. They'll be sure to have what you need.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at Enbridge.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullison Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we remain true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Wally Johnson.
Hey, welcome back. Your liveevent.com. Halftime entertainment. Lisbon Gymnastics show team out on the floor. Their performance tonight is for our halftime Olson Accounting halftime show on your liveevent.com. You can enjoy that while we go over some of our first half stats. For the Broncos in the scoring column, you have Jaden Bittner with 4 points. Went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Lincoln Adair with 8 points in the game. Tied the game up with that steal and a layup at the end of the second quarter as we're tied up at 31 apiece. Jordan Bittner with 4 points in the game. Cam Cordero, I have him down for 11. Ethan Gilbert with 4. Gilbert coming in with a couple of good offensive rebounds, putting them back up for buckets for the Broncos. But Gilbert with 4 points in the game. Broncos 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Cordero went 1 of 1. And Lincoln Adair 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Broncos with 9 fouls in the first half of play. Picked up 5 in the second quarter. Jaden Bittner with 3 in the game, and Cam Cordero with 2 personals in the game for the Broncos. And the Northern Cass Jaguars have Moser. Amanda Moser with 15 points in the game. Trey Hussar with 2. Caleb Enger with 2. Keelan Munson with 4 points in the game. And Jacob Ryder with 3 points in the game. And Isel off the bench for Northern Cass with 5 points in the game. And that's your 31 points total for both teams. They're accounting for their scoring in that first half of play. And Northern Cass with 5 total fouls in the first half of play. Had 2 in that second quarter. And Northern Cass going 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Looks like I had Moser 1 of 3. And Neitzel going 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And that looks like that is your Lisbon show team. That's their gymnastics halftime show on LiveEvent.com. Sponsored by Olson Accounting. At Olson Accounting, if you need help with monthly accounting or payroll, let Cindy and her staff give you a hand. Rely on the friendly team of professionals at Olson Accounting for your tax and accounting needs. Go to colsoncpa.com. That's Olson Accounting, sponsors of our Olson Accounting halftime show. Well, that rounds out your scoring. We were tied up at the end of the first quarter at 14, and the second quarter we're tied up at 31 apiece. Here inside the Lisbon High School Gymnasium, looking for another exciting finish on the Broncos' home court. This is a Region 1 or Division 1A contest tonight between the Northern Cass Jaguars and the Broncos. The Broncos look to improve their region record to 3-7. And the Jaguars look to improve to 4-3. Like I alluded to earlier, this big game for both teams as far as region standings. The Broncos going 1-1 on the season with Central Cass. Northern Cass still has to play Central Cass. That's on the 26th of February. Could be a pivotal game into the region standings and the seedings. Going into Region 1 tournament. Region 1 tournament the 4th and the 9th of March. That's also up at the NDSU at the Shields Sanford Health Athletic Complex. Or the Shields Health Sanford Health Athletic. Up on the up at NDSU. I got tongue-tied there. In your North Dakota Class B boys basketball poll, going back to that, Kindred's the number 1 team, sitting at 19-0. They're the number 1 team in the region. Grafton 15-3 at number 2. Four wins. Minnewacan 14-4. Devils Lake sitting at number 4, 17-2. And Beulah, number 5 team in the state at 15-3. Stanley and Deslax Burlington both receiving votes in the latest North Dakota Division A boys basketball poll. Games around tonight in Division 1A and out of the state of North Dakota. We have Oak Grove takes on number 3, 4 wins Minnewacan. In Central Cass against number 1, the Kindred Vikings. We also have Division B boys basketball district tournaments in regions 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. And then that region 2, that girls basketball championship and third place games tonight or this evening. Northern Cass for Division 1A, Region 1, Division A girls basketball as your region champions. They defeated Valley City last night, 47-36. Playing games this weekend. We have Valley City versus the third place team out of Region 2. And then Kindred will take the Region 2 runner, or will take on the Region 2 runners up. So those teams probably glued onto the games on yourliveevent.com there for that Region 2 championship and third place games. Going back into your Division A boys basketball out of Region 2, Grafton High School on top of Region 2. That's a very competitive region there. All those teams, Grafton 4 wins, Devils Lake in the top 5. Grafton sitting at 7-2, 16-3 overall. 4 wins Minnewacan, 6-2, 14-4 overall. Devils Lake 5-2, 17-2 overall. And out of Division A, Region 3, Stanley High School 9-0 in the region, 15-4 overall. Bottineau High School 5-2 in the regions, 12-8 overall. And South Prairie Max 3-3 in the region, 11-9 overall. Region 4, Beulah High School in the region, 4-0 overall, 16-3. Bismarck Shiloh Christian 4-1, 14-6 overall. Dickinson Trinity, the number 3 team, 4-2 in the region, 12-7 overall. Oh, those are your Division A region boys basketball standings. That's heading in to our last games of the season. Broncos' last game is 26th of February versus Oak Grove. And Central Cass also, or Northern Cass takes on Central Cass on the 26th of February to finish out or close out their season. So this is your Olson Accounting halftime show wrapping up here on yourliveevent.com. We're going to step away, take a word from our sponsors, come back for that third quarter play on Your Live Event.
Friendly friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
Hey, we return third quarter play coming up inside the Lisbon High School Gymnasium. Northern Castle, Lisbon Broncos, Jaguars ball to start the third quarter. Have Landon Moser with 15 points in the game unofficially. Cam Cordero for the Broncos with 11. That's a little pull-up jump shot, no good, off. Hits the backboard and rebound by the Broncos. Walter goes to the floor. He's quickly back up. Bittner. He's going to get called for travel, but we do have a foul. Foul going against Enger. Singer called with a foul. That ball got trapped between the legs, or tied up between the legs of Enger and Bittner, but Enger called with a foul. Inbounds to Cordero. Jordan Bittner, Jaden Bittner freed up, left loose, pulls up, off the glass, no good. So still tied up at 31, 7:25 remaining in the third quarter. Hussar going to drive the lane, puts it up, and good for two. Hussar goes right, then little spin move in the center of the lane. Northern Cass with the lead. Hussar with 4 in the game. Here's Bittner, needs some help, gets it from Cordero. Is going to go left side off the glass, and no good, just soft on the touch, but rolls around and no good for Cordero. Welter whistled for the foul. First team foul on the Broncos in the quarter. Welter with his first personal. Gets the start tonight for the Broncos. Here's Hussar. It's going to go right side. Looks for help. Kicks it back out. That's for 3. Rolls around off the glass. No good. Rebound by Adair. Adair quickly down court. Dribbles left. Now goes right. Kicks it back out as he lost control. To Bittner from 3. No good. Good box out by Ryder. Ryder able to push Adair out of the lane. Hussar with the shot, and good for 2. Hussar with 4 in the quarter, 6 in the game. Here's Cordero, left side, darts around, little short, no good. Got by Hussar. Just pulled up short on that layup. That's for Ryder from 3, off, no good. Rebound, put back up for Monson. So Keelan Monson. And the Jaguars now with the 6-point lead, biggest lead of the game for the Jaguars. And the coach for the Broncos, Jason Coons, he calls a timeout, wants to settle things down, talk it over here at 5:46 mark in the third quarter. We are at a timeout with a 37-31 Jaguar lead inside Lisbon High School Gymnasium. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Into tax season, let's approach it with the same enthusiasm as your favorite sports teams. Olson Accounting dribbles through piles of paperwork and pins down deductions like a pro. They aim to come out on top and stick a refund. Tax season is about strategy and teamwork. Olson Accounting trains to be the best in class. Let Olson Accounting set up your tax plan and eliminate any problems by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
River. Hey, back live, Lisbon High School Gymnasium. Jaguars open up a 6-point lead. They have a 6-0 run going on the Broncos. Came out at halftime tied up at 31. End of the first quarter, it's tied up at 14. Broncos with the inbounds after the timeout by Coach Jason Coonsey. Here's Adair. Adair has Cordero camped out on the right side. Looking for the ball. Feeds it back into Adair. No, Adair's going to drive in. Little no-look. Threads the needle pass. That's Cordero from 3. Bounces out. No good. Wiping the glass is Munson for the Jaguars with the rebound. Cordero Moser drives in. Kicks it out. to Munson. Moser, I should say that's Hussar. Loose ball, kicked out, works inside to Hussar. Over to Ryder and throwing out of bounds, and Jaguar ball, last tipped by the Broncos. Still a 6-point lead, 5:02 in the third quarter. Ryder. Little screen set up here for Moser from three and drains it. Moser with 18 unofficially. First 3 points of the second half. Now Jaguars up by 9. 9 unanswered and started the third quarter. Cordero left side off the glass. Rolls around and good for 2. Cordero finally answers back. An 8-point run by the Jaguars. First 2 points of the quarter for the Broncos. Moser, that's Hussar, drives the lane, runs into traffic, got sandwiched between Welter and Jaden Bittner. Bittner pulls up, free throw line, no good, short. Down to 4:05 in the third quarter. Ryder thinks about it, Hussar. Hussar is going to go to work. Kicks it back out to Munson. Munson goes, drives the lane, and runs into traffic again. No foul. That was Welter. Here's Bittner. Pulled up jump shot. Short, no good. Bittner short. Broncos with the opportunity, not able to convert. Moser from 3. Had all day over there. Gets his own rebound, drives the lane, puts it back up and in. Broncos caught flat-footed on that. Rebound and put back by Moser. Here's Cordero from 3, pulls up, and good for 3. Cordero trying to wake up the Broncos now with a 3-point bucket. Has 5 in the half. Hussar. Munson back to Hussar. Has Ryder camped out near corner. The officials letting the boys play now in the second half. Score 42-36 in favor of the Jaguars. And hand. Bittner now to Adair from 3 from Moser. Off the glass, no good. And out of bounds, last touch by the Jaguars.
Checking in for the Broncos, number 30, Ethan Gilbert.
Gilbert in the game. Welter takes a seat for the Broncos. Cordero. Cordero goes back top of the key. Looks for some room, goes right side, and he's fouled as he's driving the lane. So that's going against Hussar. Second team foul of the quarter for the Jaguars. That's second on Hussar. 36-42, Broncos have the chance. Put another 2 points on the board. That's kicked out. Bittner to Gilbert. Gilbert's going to drive in, puts it up and drags his foot. Travel by Gilbert. 6-point lead, back to our 6-point lead, third quarter. So 2:05 on the game clock. And that ball's an over and a back. Not touched by the Broncos. So turnover by the Jaguars. Turnover by Northern Cass. Bronco ball midcourt. Bittner takes it in, passes it over to brother Jaden. Jaden, the senior, looks to set the offense. Gets it from Cordero to Adair. Jaden Bittner is going to pull it down, goes left side. Adair looks for help. Swings it back out to Jordan Bittner. Top of the key is going to go work left side to Adair. Spins around. Good defense here. Down to 8 seconds on the shot clock. Bittner drives in. Bittner's going to put up the shot. Rolls off. No good. baseline for Moser. He was looking for Munson. Batted out of bounds by Jaden Bittner. It's Moser with the inbounds. Gilbert takes a seat. Welter back in the game for the Broncos. 36-42 in the third quarter. In favor of Northern Cass. Minute 17. That's off. No good by Eisen. Rebound for Bittner. Kind of dangerous pass. Back underneath the basket. That's 3 for Cordero. Let it fly. No good. Rebound Jaguars. Minute 4 on the clock in the third quarter. Moser brings it down. Defended by Jaden Bittner. Now down to 55, now 54 seconds. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Eisen back to Eitzel. Bittner with the hand on it. Here's Hussard, going to go drive. Left side spins around. Blocked by Adair. Bittner's going to drive in. And the shot, no shot, so it was before. As Bittner drives in, picks up the foul, but no free throws coming.
His first personal, 13 foul. Easton Bergman checking in for the Broncos. Caleb Winger back in for the Jaguars.
Bronco ball here, 31 seconds on the game clock in the third quarter. Kicks it out to Bergman, rolls it around the top, over to Cordero. No time on the shot clock. Bittner goes baseline, back to Welter from 3. Loads up and good for 3 for Welter. Welter with his first 3 points of the game. Coming in at the end of the third quarter. Here's Moser, down to 5 seconds on the game clock. Moser pulled up, jump shot, no good. Adair chucks it down court. He's already had a buzzer beater earlier this year. And that's the end of the third quarter, 39-42. Broncos managed to score 8 points. Finally woke up at the last 5 minutes of the quarter. It was an 8-0 run by the Northern Cass Jaguars. Here on your Bank North scoreboard. At Bank North, they take community to heart, helping their customers achieve their financial goals while supporting and improving the great rural communities we serve. They're more than just a bank. At Bank North, it's a community partner they can always count on. It's values-based banking. To learn more, visit ibanknorth.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. And that is the end of the third quarter score, 42-39 in favor of the Northern Cass Jaguars. Step away, take a word from our sponsors. Come back for that fourth quarter.
In Lisbon, North Dakota, is Southeastern's North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Homegrown local radio is now world.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter play, 42-39. Jaguar lead. Back to 3-point lead for Northern Cass. We had her up to 9 at one point. Broncos clawing their way back. Finally woke up, getting in the scoring column. 5 points in the quarter by Cam Cordero. Now a 16 in the game unofficially. Elliot Welter with that 3-point bucket. That's for the 8 points for the Broncos in the quarter. Cordero from 3. Lets it fly off. No good. And that is off in Jaguar ball. So Moser almost slammed it off the face of Bergman. Bergman had his arms up. Broncos had Moser cornered over in this near corner on the right side. Eitzel kicks it out to Hussar, to Moser. Oh, and a foul away from the ball. Moser with the elbow shot to Cordero. So it's going to go against Cordero. Cordero took a shot, elbow from Hussar Moser. So Cordero with the foul.
And also, number 20, Cameron Cordero, his third personal.
So Cordero with 3 in the game. Bergman out. That's Enger. Enger got loose on the left-hand side in the near corner. Moser spins around, goes baseline, turned back, goes to the floor momentarily. Hussar is going to go back in, blocked by Adair with the foul. So 2 shots for Hussar. Adair second. So Cordero and Bittner both with 3 personals in the game for the Broncos. 7:14 remaining in the fourth quarter. 39-42 Bank North scoreboard. Hussar with the free throw. Converts. 1-1 from the line. Trying to go 2 for 2, put his team up by 5. Second shot, no good. 4-point lead. Jaguars kicks it out. Welter's going to pull that down. He was all alone out there in 3-point land. Cordero from 3, no good. Rebound. Jaguars. 6:50 on the clock. Hussar goes inside, spins around, rolls around and good for 2. Oh, this is Eitzel. That was 5. Sorry. So Eitzel was 7 in the game. Six-point lead for the Jaguars. Biggest lead of the game is 9. Cordero is going to go right side, drives in, spins around, jump shot, off, no good. Rebound, put up and off again now. Battling on the inside against Keelan Munson. Munson pulls it down. Hussar is going to go coast to coast, off the glass and good for 2 in the shot. So Jaden Bittner down on the floor for the Broncos.
13 foul. Jordan Bittner checking back in for the Broncos.
So 8-point lead for Northern Cass. Hussar is at the line. And Jaden Bittner goes out. He went down to the floor. Took a shot to the lower abdomen and went down on the floor. That's a rebound and another foul underneath. The Broncos whistled with another one. That's going against Adair. Adair's 3rd personal.
Keelan Munson the line, shooting 2.
So Munson converts. Lead is now back to 9. Biggest lead of the game. Shot no good. Rebound by the Broncos. Broncos down by 9 points. 6:05 in the fourth quarter. Adair gets it to Bittner. Pulls up from the free throw line. Good for 2 for Jordan Bittner. Jordan Bittner was 6 in the game. First 2 points of the second half for Bittner. And both teams cooled down considerably. Broncos with 10 points in the second half. It was 31-31 going into halftime. Broncos just only able to muster 10 points up to this point in the second half. 5:41 remaining in the fourth quarter. Here's Jordan Bittner, 5:30 on the shot or on the clock. To Walter. That's Jordan Bittner from 3. Lets it go, no good. Here's Cordero. Little trap by the Broncos. Eitzel able to reel that pass in on the right-hand side. Now to Moser. Moser kicks it out to Enger. Enger's working against Walter. Back around Hussar from 3 and good for Hussar. 10-point lead, biggest of the game. Walter Adair. And Adair drives in, fouled on the shot. Doesn't go in, but takes 2 from the line. That's going against Enger. Enger with 4 fouls in the game for Northern Cass. 4 personal, 2 team fouls in the fourth quarter. So Enger stays in. Where's the number 12 jersey? That first shot, no good by Adair. Adair had 8 points in the first half. A scoreless up to this point in the third quarter. Northern Cass putting in 20. Outscoring the Broncos 2-1 so far. Now free throw by the Adair. Converts on it. Adair 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 3 personals in the game for Adair. That's Hussar, little screen picked up and blocked by Adair. Puts that shot back by Eitzel. Here's Hussar. Back out Moser on the right-hand side, frees him up from 3. That shot like a rocket, no good. Rebound Broncos. Adair behind the back, looking for some help. To Bergman. Bergman's going to drive right side, kicks it out to Bittner, and we have a foul. So Hussar with 4 personals. These fouls racking up. Opening part of that third quarter, they kind of let the boys play a little bit. Now, personal fouls starting to rack up. 4 in the game for Hussar and 4 for Enger for Northern Cass. To Adair. Down to 4:04 on the game clock. Broncos do have time, but have to have a sense of urgency. Down 3:55. Adair going left side, and he's fouled again. So 4 team fouls apiece in the fourth quarter. 3:53 on the game clock. Broncos with the new shot clock. Adair left wide open underneath the bucket. Easy 2-point basket for Adair. And Northern Cass didn't account for Adair. Left all alone underneath the bucket. Here's Moser. Moser works it back around. Munson, now Moser from 3, top of the key, rolls around, no good, too hard. In and out. Cordero. Bittner from 3, lets it fly, rolls off, no good. And we have another timeout. This is on the floor, called by the Northern Cass Jaguars. And Bryce Laxdal calls a timeout for Northern Cass. 44-51 is your score on your Bank North scoreboard. 3:18 remaining in the fourth quarter. And we will step away, have a word from our sponsors on yourliveevent.com.
Hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Division A boys basketball Region 1 contest. Northern Cass Jaguars and the Lisbon Broncos. 51-44, biggest lead of the game. 10 points, 10-point lead for the Jaguars. And after that timeout quickly with the inbounds pass, Broncos with the full court press. Jaguars clear it near side. That's Welter with the defense. Adair. 3 minutes on the game clock in the fourth quarter. Now 14 seconds on the shot clock for the Jaguars. Jaguars pull it back out. They're looking to take time off the clock with the 7-point lead. That rolls around, no good. Broncos 2:45 on the clock. That pass to Cordero. And it goes out of bounds. Jaguar ball. Seven-point lead for Northern Cass in the fourth quarter. 2:41 on the clock on your Bank North scoreboard. Here's Hussar. Broncos with the press. Hussar trying to clear it out. Adair goes to the floor. Hussar working left side, kicks it back out. Eitzel. Back to Eitzel. Now 2:17 on the clock. Adair commits, goes against Moser. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Moser from three and drains it for Moser. Northern Cass up by 10. That shot, no good. Northern Cass back down court, minute 53 on the clock. The Jaguars going to take their time, run some time, or run more time off the game clock. And down to minute 36, Jaguars back to Eitzel, or excuse me, Moser. Moser's going to go to work. Near corner, and turnover by the Jaguars. That ball hit out of Eitzel's hand, or went off of Eitzel. The dribble hits the out of bounds line on the right hand side, baseline side. The Broncos down by 10, minute 20 on the game clock. Cordero works inside Adair, and a foul before the shot, just as Adair worked inside. So Eitzel whistled with the foul, but I think it's going to be a little bit too late here with Adair at the line. Broncos down by 10, minute 17 on the clock in the fourth quarter. Adair, first shot, rolls off, no good for Adair. And the timeout called by the Broncos. Broncos down by 10 points, 1:17 on the clock. On your Bank North scoreboard, we will step away with another word from our sponsors. Come back, close this one out here from Lisbon High School Gymnasium. Minute 17 on the clock at Bank North scoreboard. Northern Cass Jaguars lead 54-44.
This is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
From onsite.
Welcome back, Lisbon High School Gymnasium, Northern Cass. Up by 10, 54-44 over the Broncos. Minute 17 on the game clock. Broncos ball. So it is Broncos ball, minute 17. Adair at the line to shoot two. Or excuse me, has one more shot. Missed the first one. Second shot, up and good for Adair. Broncos down by 9 with the press on the Jaguars. And another foul, this one going on Adair. Jaguars go to the line. They're in the bonus. 5 fouls, personal fouls, or team fouls by the Broncos in the fourth quarter. So Hussar goes to the line. Hussar right now, I have him 1 of 4 from the line. And no good, Hussar. The Bittner, minute 4 on the game clock. To Cordero from 3, lets it fly. Good for Cordero. Big 3-point bucket. And a timeout by Coach Jason Coonsey with 58.5 seconds on the game clock. Cordero with the three-point bucket. The score now 54-48 in favor of the Jaguars. Broncos down by 6. As we head into this timeout. So Cordero with the three-point bucket. Hussar missed the 2 free throws on the bonus with those 5 team fouls in this quarter by the Broncos. Northern Cass also with 5 team fouls. The press by the Broncos, 56 seconds now on the clock as we have a foul as Moser cuts through the Bronco defense.
Number 22, Elliot Melther, his second personal 15 foul. Landon Moser goes to the line, shooting 2.
Moser have 1 of 3 from the free throw line. His first one's good for Moser. Second shot and nails it. So Moser making it hurt with those 2 free throws. That's off, no good. And Bronco ball. Cordero went right side, put it off the glass. Ball rolls out of bounds. Last touch by the Jaguars. Bittner inbounds. 45 seconds on the clock. In the fourth quarter to Bittner. Jordan Bittner pulls it down to Welter. Cordero pulls up from 3. That's an air ball, no good. Rebound Jaguars, foul on Adair. Lincoln Adair fouls out. Easton Bergman in the game. Lincoln Adair finishes with 12 points unofficially for Adair. Shot rolls around, no good. Here's the second shot. Northern Cass up by 8, rolls it in. Nine-point lead from 3. That's another air ball. And 22.5 seconds on the clock. Broncos down by 9. Hussar. Here's Moser. Moser breaks the defense and followed by Welter. So Moser goes to the line for 2. 18.9 seconds on the game clock. Moser first shot is good. Eitzel out of the game, coming off the bench. Moser converts, going 4 for 4 when it counts here on the stretch, home stretch of the fourth quarter. Bittner pulls up for 3 and an air ball. He's fouled, goes to the line for 3 shots. Or three free throws. First shot for Bittner is good. Second shot good. And Bittner converts for the Broncos. Well, 3 of 3 from the line. Down to the final 10 seconds. Moser clears the D. Going to go in for the game clock. Time expires. And Northern Cass defeats the Lisbon Broncos by a score of 59-51 on Broncos home court. Broncos fall to 2-8 in the region. And Northern Cass improves to 4-3 overall in Division 1A boys basketball. We'll step away, take a word from our sponsors, come back, and recap the game tonight on our post-game show on yourliveevent.com.
Maintaining the condition of your vehicle. Trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Manage what you can to overcome what you cannot. Farming is all about preparing your operation to be successful when given an opportunity. Invest a few minutes and bring in your seed meters to be reconditioned and calibrated. We have some room, so give us a call and we can help you overcome those simple obstacles. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
I'm Tylee Johnson. I'm confident in the arena. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Lily Bell. I'm confident on the court, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935, located in Oaks, North Dakota. They sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Plus, in their new garden center, you'll be sure to find grilling and canning supplies. And you'll have to stop by and check out their new Ariette, Cinch, and Crew Girl clothing selection. At Emery Vistos Implement, anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or give them a call at 701-742-2167. They'll be sure to have what you need.
Hey, welcome back. YourLiveEvent.com inside Lisbon High School Gymnasium. The Broncos fall to Northern Cass Jaguars on their home court in this Division A Region 1 contest. Broncos fall to 2-8 in the region. Northern Cass improves to 4-3 in Region 1A basketball. Look at your scoring for the Lisbon Broncos. Jaden Bittner with 4 points in the game. Lincoln Adair with 12 fouled out of the game. Jordan Bittner with 9 unofficially. Cam Cordero in the game for the Broncos with 19. Ethan Gilbert with 4, and Elliot Welter with 3 points in the game. And your Northern Cass Jaguars, Landon Moser with 27 points in the game. Trey Hussar with 12. Caleb Anger with 2. Keelan Monson with 5 in the game. And Jacob Ryder with 3 in the game, and Eitzel with 7 in the game coming off the bench for Northern Cass. And those are just all unofficial scores in the game. Broncos picking up 13 team fouls total. Got 9 in the first half. In Northern Cass running into some foul trouble with Hussar and Anger each collecting 4 personal fouls in the game. They picked up 14 total team fouls. And Adair for the Broncos fouls out in the third quarter at the end of the third quarter. Just to recap your scoring, in the end of the first quarter, we were tied up at 14 going into halftime. It was 31-31. And then Northern Cass kind of took control. The Broncos in Northern Cass in the third quarter. Northern Cass was on an 8-0 run before the Broncos and Cam Cordero finally put a bucket in. Broncos just managing 8 points in the third quarter of play, and that kind of sealed their fate as they rolled in. They were down by 3 points going into the third quarter, but that cold shooting kind of continued halfway through the fourth quarter. And Northern Cass pulled away, had the lead by as much as 10 points on the Broncos, and that ended up being your final score, with Northern Cass winning 51-59 on the Broncos' home court here in Division A Region 1 boys basketball. So you look at your RDK Enterprises precision play of the game for RDK Enterprises at Hillsborough and Drayton. For precision planning updates, information, or questions, contact RDK Enterprises in Hillsborough and Drayton at 701-636-2119 or visit plannerdoc.com. They're here to help you. That goes RDK Enterprises precision play of the game goes to Lincoln Adair for the Lisbon Broncos at the end of the second half, or the end of the second quarter. Yeah, the steal and the layup to tie the game up at 31. We were tight going into the end of halftime. So RDK Enterprises precision play of the game going to Lincoln Adair with that steal and the layup at the end of the second quarter to tie up the game at 31 apiece. Your Enbridge Energy player of the game, so your Enbridge Energy play of the game goes to Landon Moser. Moser putting in 15 points unofficially in the first half, came back with 12 more unofficially in the second half for 27 total points in the game. Moser went 4 for 4 at the end of the fourth quarter, and then 12-point second half. So 27 points unofficial in the game for Landon Moser. He is your Enbridge Energy player of the game. Life takes energy from Enbridge. Energy for life at Enbridge.com for your career opportunities. And that wraps us up for Division A, Region 1 boys basketball. The Broncos fall to 2-8 in the region, 8-12 overall. Northern Cass improves to 4-3 in the region, 14-6 overall. Broncos' next home game and final regular season game is on the 26th of February versus Oak Grove. In Northern Cass Jaguars on the 26th of February. Their final game is at Central Cass. So that does it. This is sports announcer guy Brent Dick from Lisbon High School Gymnasium, along with our camera girl tonight, Kiera Mouse, signing off. Everybody have a good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at Enbridge.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullison Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency.